Welcome to Dev-astation Season 1. Just when you thought that the beatdowns had ceased, we've gone and cranked up the card count, number of games, and intensity to the maximum. Over the next few weeks, the LSS game developers are going to be going head to head to head to head in 80 card classic constructed action. And yes, there will be commentary also from the developer team, and maybe a special guest or two, if you're lucky. Jason, Jacob, Karol and Newsun are going to showcase the classic constructed format by each drafting one of the 12 available adult heroes. How's it going to work? Well, first, each of our 4 players is going to be given a random number between 1 and 4. This is their seat order, their draft order. From there, player 1, 2, 3, and 4 will choose their heroes. Then we'll go from 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 again until all 12 of the classic constructed adult heroes have been drafted. Next, each of the devs will build an 80 card classic constructed deck, and we'll start things off with player 1 against player 2, and whoever loses that one, they go to the back of the line. Player 3 will play the winner of player 1 and 2, and then after that, player 4 will play the winner of the third game. Each time a player loses with that hero is gone. When the winning player starts a match, they can choose any of their living remaining heroes to go into battle with. We're going to be hitting you with deck text as well. So the first time you see a hero or a deck go into battle, the deck designer, the player, the developer, they're going to give you a rundown of that deck, what cards they put in it, and why. So stay tuned for those ones. Well, hey, who are you going to cheer for? Your favorite player, your favorite hero, or both? Let's go and see what the players have to say. Alright team, so what are your thoughts on the upcoming Dev-astation event?
Well, obviously I'm going to be the one to take it out for sure.
Mr. Number One ELO.
Yeah.
Mr.
Calling
coming
Chef.
in hot. I just wanted to say that I feel honoured and privileged to be able to compete with arguably 2 of the best players in Flesh and Blood right now, and Jacob's not too bad either.
Just can't wait to play more games.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a really interesting format, one that there's a lot of creative decisions to be based around. I feel like the pick order is definitely going to matter a heck of a lot in this tournament. There's so many interesting decisions just based around like picking counter picks. First player obviously gets to pick what is conceivably like the best hero, but then second can easily counter pick it because that way the first player is playing off. And what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it's a really interesting format, and also like Karol said, it's also an interesting situation where we're actually here playing our best and having the opportunity to play against each other to not only win, but just also win in a very like brand new format. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on with the draft, honestly, and I don't know if I want to like just tell you all of my tricks up my sleeve right now.
Fair enough.
I can tell you Jacob's trick right now.
What's that? First pick
First
Bravo.
pick Bravo, what do you say?
I do agree that the draft order matters a lot, but also the heroes you draft. I feel like, if you draft something like Kano, you don't really necessarily need all the null runes in your list, because if you pick a hero, you don't have to verse that hero yourself. So there's going to be a lot of these kind of supplementary heroes. If you pick Rhina, for example, or Leviah, something like the brute heroes with high power, maybe you the Prism challenge. Maybe you can pick the Prism, and then your Prism doesn't have to verse these high power cards either.
Absolutely.
Something like stuff
and,
like
and
that.
really situational sideboard cards such as like Arg Smash against Dash decks or Kano decks that play a lot of items, or even Snag if you already have Chain in your pool of heroes is a viable thing that you don't have to think about running anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but what about the order of the picking? Like, how does the order work, and what do you guys think of it?
Yeah, so it's a very, very interesting thing. So the way that it works is the player that gets the first pick gets 2 heroes much later down the line on the wheel, which means that they typically get like 1 higher power hero and then like 2 lesser range. But everyone knows what they're picking first because their picks come up first. So it's very easy to counter pick and play them. Because remember, like player number 1 in the draft order has to play against player 2, and then if they win, they have to play against player 3, and if they win, they have to play against player 4, which means that the players later on get to see what heroes are left remaining in the pool, which makes it very more advantageous because they have a larger pool of heroes to go into against the players that might only have 2 heroes at that point.
Yeah, because I guess a lot of the strategy I feel like we'll have in actually picking the heroes that we want to play. Because out of the pool of the 3 heroes, we have to figure out a hero that counters all of the options from your opponent. So there's a lot of mind games going to be at play as well.
Absolutely.
Well, what pick order are you most hoping to get?
Probably number 1 or 2. I really want to get that second pick because it's an early pick, but also you get to counter the first pick as well.
I think the 4th pick is a little bit like underestimated. You get what's called a wheel, where you actually pick 2 events consecutively. For example, like maybe I'm intending to pick up like, let's say, Rhino Leviathan alongside Prison, so people can't counter my Prison. But if I'm 3rd and I pick up, say, Prison, 4th can just like hit him with that Rhino, and now I can't do that. But when you're actually on the wheel, you can make like combo picks just like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, so there's disadvantages and advantages to, I feel like, every pick order, because getting that first pick, it just might seem that's amazing, but then you have to wait so long to get your next pick. You do get a wheel, but it's not as great as the first wheel.
So what you're saying is it really comes down to being able to efficiently play all 12 classes before the tournament even begins.
And we all can do that, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
But yeah, let's get drafting.
Yeah.
All right.
First, let's randomize the settings. So this is going to randomize who picks first.
I'll go for this one.
Alright. Karol gets 4th pick. Alright, get 1st pick.
Newsun's got 3rd, and I got 2nd. So Jacob is the one that gets to decide first.
Cool. I'm going to be first picking Bravo, no consideration from me. It's a slam first pick for me.
Alright, I'm going to be 2nd picking Chain. So on you, Newsun?
I'll be 3rd picking Katsu.
Well, this is where the strategy comes in. I get the double pick.
For those not familiar, the way these pick works, it's not going to go back to 1 after Karol picks 1. It's going to go 4 twice. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I gotta go with my boy Reiner. And second hero, I will go for oh man, this is a tough one. I think I'll go for Prism.
Alright, Newsun, you're up.
I think I will go for Dorothea.
Alright, I'm going to stay on theme and go in for Fizzerai here.
Damn it, Jason. That's what I was after. Alright, since I get Bravo, let's head back to the Jacob Pearson series of All-Stars. I'll pick Dash.
And now it's going to be Jacob one more time.
Alright, and the final member that's going to be rounding out my team, I think I'm gonna head down the old Riv Light and take Sir Bolton, Breaker of Dawn.
Alright, we have some interesting choices here. I'm gonna go with Leviathan.
Alright, and I'm going to go with Azalea.
Kano last, Sweet as.
All right.
Go for Kano.
And that concludes our picks for the draft.